Forgive me if the exposure is not the best right now. Listen, I really appreciate you guys tuning in on the videos. The end of the video I want to talk about is a right to repair. Now, having something like this, I really found good deals like this. I found both of these sewing machines for rather than just letting a nice machine like this go to waste, especially since it's $40 online. You can design parts such as this base plate and also the battery cover, which we talked about and designed today, which will allow you to take a great machine and put it back into use again. Today we are making a replacement battery cover for the KPCB sewing machine. This is a mini sewing machine, really cool. Right here I've got another battery cover that I've designed, and what we're actually going to do, we're going to have a little discussion on design and parts. I've got one 3D printed here in a glow-in-the-dark white. Let's talk about it real quick, and then I'll show you the methods in which I designed it, and then we'll have a little discussion at the end on the right to repair. Okay, so today's video is talking about how to make this battery cover. This is the original, and the parts are interchangeable between both machines. So the main focus is what I wanted to do is get all the details that will be important for the battery hatch and then alleviate the ones that weren't that important. So I can talk about this. There are certain features on the original that I didn't need, such as this groove here, which is kind of inconsequential to covering the battery cover. Also, the way they latch, let me bring this around. Over here, on this one, it only latches on left and right points, if you can see right here in the camera. Whereas on my design, you probably could see it better on the white, I opted for a singular line, and let me see if I can bring it in so you can see it. So I opted for this singular line at the top to make it latch onto the lip, and I can show you that real quick. Let me show you with this machine. So there are, and let me see if I can slide it here within the view of the camera. So there are, now I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, hopefully you can see the battery hatch. There's two notches right here, and these teeth line up with that notch. Okay, so watch me drop it in, and this is the 3D printed part, and it will lock into place with a simple push, and there it is, nice and locked in. Now one thing, if you want to release it, bam, there it is, same thing, put it in there, latch it in place, and that's all it takes right there. So show you the original. Let's get that one. You're gonna take this original battery hatch, latch it in place. Okay, all right, so this is the part that we're making today. Let me bring you over into Blender and show you how I made each part of the battery cover. Okay, I try to pick a color that's more visible on camera. So the main parts that's important is the size of the entire base plate, the battery cover, the teeth right here that come out, and also the spring in the back. Now you can see the separated parts, and I wanted you to see it, so how it's broken down into individual parts. So I'll just show you just like that, so you can see it's separated, and I just join them together. So that's essentially how it's done. Let me bring that back because I have that in a certain place. Bring it back where it needs to go, so you can see kind of how that is incorporated. And in here, let me zoom in. You can see that double line that I was talking about. It actually locks in between here. So you need a lip that's recessed in the top and the bottom, and then the spring tension comes from this angle right here. Now, truth be told, and I want to talk about this angle right here. With 3D printed filament, it's going to be weaker. So there is a need for maybe like a little curvature or another shape right here to help with the bending and flexing of this. Because over time, you know, the 3D print material is not good with going force this way, pushing on the spring. So I'm thinking about doing some more modification for durability, but this is just fine for casting. And let me bring you over here. So you see the angle of these teeth, sort of like an L shape. Let me see if I can zoom in here, and so you can see it. Like I said, I try to get videos out frequent enough. It's just that I got a lot on my plate, so I'm always working. So I try to get a video out at least once a week, but I'm always working on something. But with this here, you have that L shape, okay? And so what you want to do is kind of think of an L shape to lock those teeth that lock in. And here is the actual set that I just joined 2 blocks together, and let me separate those out so you can see it's just 2 blocks, and I joined them together. Now you could also take one shape and get all your shapes from that one without joining 2 separate shapes together, but this is just the overall design. Now I want to talk about why this skill is important and the right to repair. Learning a skill such as right to repair is very important. In this generation, I don't know if you notice, a lot of people have been experiencing a lot of breakdown in the things that they're purchasing, which could be vehicles, it could be appliances such as fridges, microwaves, computers. And what people are realizing is things are getting too expensive to fix. They have to call an expert or repair person to come in, and finding out they're paying hundreds to thousands of dollars just to fix an appliance they've already financed, maybe on a credit card or took a loan on. And people are getting upset about that because there's a term called planned obsolescence. And this is a concept I want to talk more about on the channel and why that concept is important for engineering. Basically what it means is companies plan the timing or the breakdown of your device and how long they want it to last, because if it lasts too long, then they're afraid that you won't be able to buy more from their company. So the right to repair, now people want the right to be able to fix their appliances and their vehicles and all sorts of things, all sorts of items on their own. And a skill like 3D printing is so important because it puts the power back in your hands. So a machine like this normally costs $40 online, and I got this for basically free. Somebody kicked it away, nobody wanted it, and it just needed a few items to repair. And they weren't available for purchase, so I had to design it myself. And that is the point of the channel and why I started the channel. And so certain skills could be shared out there that will empower you to create great things. And not only was I able to create the bobbin pin, which you see here, the base plate, and also the battery cover on the bottom, and I'll slide this in, you can see the battery cover there. This will give me items that I can also resell, patent on my own, and it will give me a form of revenue stream of selling parts. So really guys, I appreciate you tuning in. If you learned something in this video, consider supporting the channel. Once I reach the partnership and cross that threshold, I would love for you guys to join the channel and on my journey of creating and making things and also doing projects. Also, if you would like to learn how to 3D print, hit me up in the comment section below. I'm considering doing a live once a week every Wednesday. Y'all could jump on in on the live and learn a new skill or learn something new. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in, liking the videos, watching and supporting the channel. I'll see you on the next video. We got one final part to make, maybe 2 more parts. I might separate the mount, guard mount here, and the protection shield in 2 separate videos. I might do it in one. But that's the last thing we got to do, and then we're going to sew something with this bad boy. Guys, appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to get out of here. Peace. Okay, so far we have battery covers. We have the bobbin plate, base plate that goes on the top of the sewing machine. And we also have the bobbin pins. Now all these were re-engineered, and I'll make sure I'll make the files and the prints available on CeeLo Learn Shop and also Mercari if you need these parts to work with your machine. And they're all interchangeable with the clone and the original KPCB sewing machine.